Welcome back to another episode of FPLFreshly Insights. We have reached the end of the road. Game Week 38, the final act of the 2025-26 season, the last chance to chase those elusive green arrows before the curtain falls. After the frustration of Game Week 37, where 52 points fell just below the 53 average, the rank has settled and the focus shifts to finishing strong. This is the last dance, the final opportunity to make this season memorable. Game Week 37 review, the near miss. 52 points, one below the average, a small red arrow to cap off a campaign of near misses and what-ifs. Gabriel delivered 12 points as captain, a fitting return for the season's defensive standout. Saliba added 8, Fernandes 9, Haaland 9. But elsewhere, the returns dried up. Trossard managed 3, Dewsbury-Hall 2, Minte 3, Wilson 1. Bowen could only manage 2, Van Heck 2. The bench offered Petrovic, Matthias Nunes, Welbeck, and Justin, none of whom could rescue the game week. It has been that kind of season. Moments of brilliance interspersed with frustration, gambles that did not pay off, hits that backfired. But that is the nature of this game we love. The 2.2 million overall rank is not where we hope to be, but it is where we are, and the final game week offers one last chance to climb. Game Week 38 preview, the last dance. The deadline is Sunday, 24th May at 14:30. The team is set for one final push. All chips have been played, the bench boost deployed in Game Week 33, the triple captain in Game Week 26, the wildcard in Game Week 29, the free hit in Game Week 34. This is the bare bones, the final 11, the last roll of the dice. In goal, Petrovic starts for Bournemouth's trip to Nottingham Forest. The Serbian has been solid since arriving, and the Forest fixture offers save points potential. The back three sees Gabriel and Saliba both travel to Crystal Palace. The Arsenal double defensive a gamble on one final clean sheet from the league's best defense. Matthias Nunes completes the backline for Manchester City's home fixture against Aston Villa, a match that could see goals but also offers attacking returns from the fullback position. The midfield packs a punch. Trossard travels to Crystal Palace with Arsenal, Dewsbury-Hall faces Tottenham with Everton, Fernandes visits Brighton with Manchester United, and Wilson hosts Newcastle with Fulham. The variety of fixtures offers multiple avenues for returns, a spread of risk rather than concentration. Up front, Welbeck hosts Manchester United with Brighton, Haaland welcomes Aston Villa to the Etihad, and Bowen hosts Leeds with West Ham. 3 different teams, 3 different fixtures, 3 last chances for hauls. The bench offers Donnarumma, Minte, Justin, and Van Heck. Cover across all positions should late news dictate changes. Clean sheet outlook, final defensive stand. For the final game week, Manchester City, Arsenal, and West Ham all lead at 34%. City's home fixture against Aston Villa looks the most secure, though Villa's attacking quality demands respect. Arsenal's trip to Crystal Palace is complicated by the derby factor, while West Ham's hosting of Leeds offers genuine potential. Chelsea and Tottenham both sit at 31.5%, Liverpool at 29% against Brentford. Bournemouth and Brighton cluster at 27%, Burnley at 25% hosting Wolves. Newcastle at 25% away at Fulham, Wolves at 23.5%, and Fulham at 21% complete the picture. The bottom sees Sunderland at 21% away at Chelsea, a fixture to avoid defensively. Gabriel and Saliba remain the trusted pair, one final week of faith in the Arsenal defensive machine. Differential picks, last chance saloon. For the final game week, the differentials offer one last opportunity to climb. Mohamed Salah at 14 million remains the premium option, his ownership high but his ceiling undeniable. For the budget-conscious, Tady Castellanos at 5.5 million offers West Ham attacking coverage at a fraction of the price. Zian Flemming at 5.3 million for Burnley is the ultra-differential, a striker capable of explosive returns against Wolves. These are the players for those chasing mini-league positions, the final gambles that could transform a season's narrative. Predictions, calling the shots one last time. Crystal Palace 1 Arsenal 3. The Gunners sign off with a statement, Gabriel and Saliba among the points for newly crowned champions of the Premier League. Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 1. Holland with a final game-week goal. Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. Anfield sees a comfortable farewell to Mo Salah and influential. Brighton 2, Manchester United 1. The Seagulls' home form proves decisive, Welbeck among the goals. West Ham 2, Leeds 1. The Hammers edge a tight contest, Bowen with a final flourish. Tottenham 1, Everton 1. A draw that suits neither side, Dewsbury-Hall quiet. Sunderland 1, Chelsea 2. The Blues' quality tells at the Stadium of Light. Fulham 1, Newcastle 1. A hard-fought draw, Wilson unable to find the breakthrough. Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 1. Petrovic earns his save points in a stalemate. Burnley 1, Wolves 1. Flemming scores but cannot prevent a share of the spoils. Final thoughts, the end of the road. Episode 29 marks the final game week of the 2025-26 season. 52 points last week, a near miss, but the journey has been the reward. From the early season template building, through the wildcard gambit, the double game week chaos, the hits taken and the chips burned, this has been a season of learning, of adaptation, of the endless pursuit of perfection that this game demands. Next week, a special episode. A review of the season, a look at how it all unfolded, a thank you to everyone who has followed along, who has engaged, who has shared this obsession. Then a break until August, the World Cup to enjoy, the summer to reset, the anticipation to build for a new campaign. To everyone who has listened, who has commented, who has been part of this community, thank you. The green arrows and the red arrows, the halls and the blanks, the joy and the frustration, it all means more when shared. This game is ridiculous, infuriating, magnificent, and I would not have it any other way. Game week 38 is here. One last time, let's make it count. This is FPL Freshly Insights. Episode 29, the final game week. See you next week for the season review.